TRCA, the largest of Ontario's 36 conservation authorities, is a leader in delivering programs and services that further the conservation, restoration, development, and management of natural resources in our 9 watersheds, including the collective Lake Ontario waterfront shoreline. Protecting the 5 million residents that reside within our extensive jurisdiction, their properties, businesses, and infrastructure will always be TRCA's top priority. TRCA works tirelessly with our partners to develop resilient communities within some of Canada's largest and fastest growing municipalities, representing over 10% of the country's population. As TRCA's CEO, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight how our science-based approach to conservation reinforces our close-knit relationships with our funding partners and ensures that TRCA remains at the forefront of the environmental management sector. Through delivering value-added programs and services, TRCA further supports mutually beneficial priorities that contribute to the collective impacts that illustrate that conservation matters. These collaborative initiatives convey the vital role that TRCA fulfills to adapt to and address the increasing impacts of climate change.
TRCA plays a critical role in keeping people safe from flooding. Using cutting-edge technology, we calculate and visualize how water moves through our jurisdiction. Up-to-date mapping and modeling help us plan flood mitigation projects and streamline the development process. To ensure new development and infrastructure is protected from natural hazards such as flooding and slope erosion, and to advise our municipalities on how to best protect and enhance their natural environment, TRCA reviews thousands of project applications on an annual basis. These reviews range from site plans to major development projects like the North Markham Future Urban Area, where TRCA's integrated approach ensured that growth occurs in a resilient way, protecting green spaces while safeguarding new communities from flooding and natural hazards. Leveraging the support of our partner municipalities, TRCA has been successful in obtaining funding from the Federal National Disaster Mitigation Program, enabling us to carry out a series of key flood mitigation and mapping projects to keep communities safe. One of these projects is the launch of a next-generation flood forecasting and warning decision system, helping us predict flood events more accurately and warn residents of any potential dangers. We also conduct several studies and environmental assessments, such as the Rockcliffe at Black Creek Transportation Feasibility Study, which identified an improved flood remediation solution to significantly reduce the number of properties in the floodplain. The approval of the Downtown Brampton Flood Protection Project will inform new solutions for reducing the risk of flooding in the downtown area and will move the city one step closer to achieving its Riverwalk project. TRCA's efforts in the Downtown Brampton Flood Protection Project and in the Rockcliffe Feasibility Study set the stage for our municipal partners to receive disaster mitigation and adaptation funding that will support the implementation of these 2 key flood remediation projects. As part of our core mandate outlined in the Conservation Authorities Act, TRCA has the responsibility of controlling floods within our jurisdiction. We operate 12 dams, 6 dikes, and 9 flood control structures, ensuring that they meet the latest safety standards and continue to provide protection from flooding across the region. To prepare and protect the communities we serve by predicting hazards, TRCA utilizes its hazard monitoring programs and the latest advancements in technology to provide vital information to our partners and decision makers about the erosion and flooding risks associated with certain areas in our jurisdiction. In this way, we help build resiliency into our communities. One example of the latest technology utilized is the 3D model photogrammetry, which is used in the waterfront structure monitoring. It combines remote and traditional inspections, allowing erosion risk management staff to look at the overall condition, movement, and deficiencies of shoreline protection assets. TRCA's technical expertise allows TRCA to carry out imperative erosion control works across our jurisdiction in conjunction with our partner municipalities. In partnership with York Region and City of Richmond Hill, sanitary sewer protection works have been completed as part of the Patterson Creek Sanitary Infrastructure Protection Project. The project will foster significant enhancements to this ecologically sensitive area. In Durham Region, TRCA is assisting the town of Ajax with implementing remedial erosion control and bank stabilization works adjacent to Millers Creek in the Duffins Creek watershed. In partnership with York Region and City of Vaughan, TRCA completed the restoration of Redelmeyer Pond, providing safer and richer nature experiences for residents. These erosion control and restoration projects are critical in keeping our communities safe as well as allowing ecosystems to thrive. Through a long-term partnership with Credit Valley Conservation, the Region of Peel, and the City of Mississauga, TRCA has been constructing the Jim Tovey Lakeview Conservation Area. TRCA manages all incoming material and its placement, construction of creeks, wetlands, beaches, revetments, islands, trails, and other features on site. The creation of the 64-acre natural waterfront park will restore and recreate natural coastal habitats, encourage public use of the waterfront, and facilitate sustainable city building. On the eastern portions of the waterfront, TRCA is undertaking repair and remediation works on an erosion control structure in Ashbridges Bay Park. This work will strengthen the structure and allow the area to better absorb wave impacts, to protect the shoreline and enhance aquatic habitat. The Toronto Island Park Flood and Erosion Mitigation Project is a multi-phase project that started with emergency works to protect the most flood-vulnerable locations. This project, in partnership with the City of Toronto and Ports Toronto, will address long-term flooding and erosion concerns, protect a vital water treatment plant, roads, and airport infrastructure, and provide erosion mitigation measures across the full park. In addition to the restoration and erosion control work TRCA carries out, we partner with our stakeholders to further support our core mandate and provide technical expertise on green space planning, land management, and trails monitoring. TRCA is one of the largest landowners in our region and manages thousands of hectares of green space to protect valley and stream corridors, floodplains, shorelands, wildlife, and vegetation. In managing these green spaces, TRCA's partner municipalities look to our technical expertise and work with us to create accessible and sustainable trail linkages across our properties. Black Creek Trail, Humber Arboretum Trail, portions of the Meadowway project in Scarborough, and the Humber Trail at Nashville Conservation Reserve are just a few examples of the latest connections that were completed. Many of our lands provide accessible trails for public use and enjoyment, provide critical restoration opportunities to safeguard our residents, and create connections to address the needs of our growing communities.
As we continue adapting and responding to the evolving needs of our stakeholders and the environment, TRCA is committed to using the best available science and knowledge to advance our mission to protect, conserve, and restore natural resources. With your support, TRCA looks forward to continuing its important work to protect public well-being, our communities, and our shared environment.